Greetings, my name is Qiniso and I'm young and saved. Today I'll be reading from the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 2. It reads, "When John was in prison, heard about the deeds of the Messiah, he sent his disciples to ask him, 'Are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else?' Jesus replied, 'Go back and report to John what you hear and see. The blind receive sight, the lame walk, those who have leprosy are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the good news is proclaimed to the poor. Blessed is anyone who does not stumble on account of me.' As John's disciples were leaving, Jesus began to speak about John. I'm going to jump to verse 11. Truly I tell you, among those born of women, there has not risen anyone greater than John the Baptist. Yes, yet whoever is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. For the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has been subjected to violence, and violent people have been raiding. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And if you are willing to accept it, he is the Elijah who has come. Whoever who has ears, let them hear." I read this, and what I get from this is that John was in prison, and he had heard the works of Jesus as he was working. But he still questioned the power of Jesus and who he is. And sometimes in your life, you get to a place where you feel like you're in a dark place, and even when you see Jesus, or you see God work, rather, you still question it. And I want to tell you, Uguti, there is no one greater than God. You can look and seek anywhere. There is no one greater than God. And even you questioning him doesn't change how he sees you, because in verse 11, he still compliments John the Baptist and says that even if he questioned me, he's still the greatest who has ever come after me. And whatever that happens to you, even as youth, as young people, we go through stuff, and or even elder people go through things. But even when going through things, you question God, and even if you see God's goodness and his kindness and his love and his favor upon your life, you still question him, and you still question if this is really you, if this is from you, if this is what you have chosen for me and my life. But I'm here to tell you that it is, and God is never changing. And because you have changed your stance, God has not changed who he is. He is still God, and he is still good, and he's still merciful for those who he loves and love him back. And this is a call to people that if you are in a dark place, and if you feel like giving up, God is still God, and God is still good, and he still loves you very much, and he still wants to see you thrive and succeed, and he still sees you as the best thing he's ever created, because when he created us, he said this is good, and there's nothing that can take away the price that Jesus has paid on the cross, that we are good. He saw us good enough to die on the cross for us. So our stance and our notion of him and our vision of him, even if the circumstances in our life make us see him in a different light, which it shouldn't, because God is still God. He still doesn't change the fact that he still loves us, and he still sent his only begotten son to die on the cross for us. And we are who we are today because he is.